Hey friends, it's Melanie coming to you from the Outer Banks, North Carolina, and I wanted to post the part 2 video of Are We Demonic? Because I ended up having a conversation with that mom. However, other things have taken priority, and if you live in the United States or probably around the world, you have seen what has happened in western North Carolina, which it's a really big state. It takes about 10 hours probably total time to drive from where we live all the way to the other side. It was like 9 hours to go out there for Lily this last summer to the camp that she wanted to go to. So like it's a big place, but they were trashed by Hurricane Helene or however you want to pronounce it. Completely biblically apocalyptic devastation has happened there, as well as Georgia, Florida, and South Carolina. Hundreds, if not thousands, of people are dead. And we're watching the breakdown and collapse of our society in real time, in live time. And these people are begging for help and being left for dead, basically, by our government. Congress is all done. They adjourned a couple days ago and won't be back until after the election. I guess there's a biolab fire down in Atlanta, Georgia that's also happening, that's as catastrophic as East Palestine, if not more. And Congress is like, all right, peace out, guys. There's been no presidential discussion, not a debate, speech, nothing to unify and rally our troops to go to these hurricane-affected places. There has been no battle cry to get boots on the ground. I'm trying over here in the Outer Banks to make it happen, to open doors to get over there, to use my skills as previous nurse. And I did body transportation for a funeral home at one point. So like I have experience with everything that they need help with, and it's really complicated trying to get that experience utilized. And I don't know where to go. I don't know how to get there, all of the things. And it just seems to be blockade after blockade, but I'm trying. And the person that's running for presidency from the Democratic side is over in Colorado having benefit dinners for her campaign. And I feel very frustrated. And I want to share this, and I always vowed I would never, but I have not voted in an election since 2004, but possibly 2008. I think I did vote Obama in 2008. I know, I'm sorry. And I then vowed I was never going to vote again because I don't believe in it. I believe that government is bought and paid for by whatever industry wants to be controlling things. And right now that's big pharma, big food, big business, and not the American people, which is what our country was built on. And so the Constitution has given me a couple of rights that I am going to stand up with now. And I'm coming out of not voting for a very long time. Let me tell you what, my husband, who has never voted in his entire life, because he pretty much believed that since the beginning, he is voting this year, and he registered before I did. I have to register. I still haven't registered. I'm a procrastinator, I know, but I've got until the 5th. And so I'm coming out of the woodwork, because I can tell you what, we literally scrape our change jar to feed our kids right now. We are one of those Americans that has less than $400 in savings. We are working 2-3 jobs to make the ends meet, to be able to sustain and survive living our previous life without difficulty. We are not satisfied with a government who sends our money that they took from us pretty much illegally at this point, against our Constitution, because there is massive taxation without representation. And this is what, like, people threw tea boxes into the harbor for all those years ago, 1776, when they signed this Constitution and they signed the Declaration of Independence, where we weren't going to stand for BS anymore. And here we are, just taking it. Why? Because everybody's stuck in their cell phone. Everybody's stuffing incredible amounts of drugs into their body without even knowing it via the high processed food industry, which, if you haven't been aware, the same scientists that made cigarettes addictive, the same exact scientists went and made food addictive, because cigarettes went downhill in the 80s and 90s, and those people needed a job. And what better place to stick them than the food industry, where they could make food as addictive as possible, taste as good as possible, and hide massive amounts of lethal ingredients when given in small amounts over a period of time. We're in trouble. And the people that are supposed to be helping are twiddling their thumbs, laughing, and hanging out, and not doing anything. And so I'm coming out of the woodwork to vote. I'm done with the last 4 years. I don't care if the other person's an a-hole. I don't care if they've said terrible things. I can tell you what. I worked with some really awful, mean, personable doctors. Nasty, horrible doctors. But you know what? They were an excellent surgeon. And if I'm having somebody do repairs on my physical body, I don't care if they're an asshole. I want them to do a really good job so that I'm going to stay alive, so that I'm not going to be drowning anymore. And right now we're drowning. And if you say we're not drowning, then you're one of the people that is benefiting and profiting off of the backs of normal Americans who have paid into a system for a really long time and can't receive benefits because somebody wants to send thousands and millions of people from other countries in here and give them everything that they need and completely neglect our American citizens. And then they're sending all of that same aid to other countries. And we got people collapsing into their roofs when they haven't been rescued and saved, and drowning. Kids, old people. Like, the Titanic's going down, and the people in charge are like, oh, here, let's give aid to everybody else around that doesn't really need it and is using it for really bad reasons. And then also, like, the whole war thing, don't even get me started on that. Like, we are at war right now in our own country, and the lack of infrastructure just to be able to get out there and help, mind-blowing. And the lack of help from the figures and powers it be that are supposed to be rallying here, influential, they're non-existent. So if you're somebody that hasn't voted, this might be the time to do that. And the whole reason I'm going to get out and vote is because then nobody can tell me, like, I could have changed something. Like, I'm doing everything that I can to possibly make a difference and possibly make a change, even if I don't like that person. I'm gonna, like, we gotta do something. And this, guys, this is how the guy with the mustache back in the 30s got into the whole system. And they're already doing it illegally because they're appointing people to positions that haven't been voted for those positions. So, like, there was no election on the Democratic side for the candidate. None. Zero. That's illegal. Please don't let history repeat itself with the crazy lady from Harry Potter that wears the pink dress. I mean, like, that's who this reminds me of. And I don't care what color your skin is. I don't care about any of that. I don't care if you're female. I don't care. Like, that person's been in charge for 4 years. We know that they have been in charge because the other person wasn't capable. And it has been a complete and total poop show since. So please, if you do not vote, get out and vote and do the right thing. And, like, just try. We're all going to try together. As for traveling out to Western North Carolina. I don't know if that's in our cards because it seems that God is blocking every direction that I take trying to do that and trying to make that happen. And so I'm just backing off and letting go and letting God. And I did like get that God message in my brain yesterday that I'm going to be needed here. And I don't know what that means. And I don't know the future. I'm just trying to survive every day. That's all we can do at this point. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. So I am so sorry for all of the families out there that have lost loved ones. We went through a time period where we didn't know about our loved ones, and I'm really grateful to know that they're okay. It's just heartbreaking. And so I told God, if you want me to go there, you need to make it happen, because I can't do it all. I've tried. So I'm sending you all so much peace and love, and I've been praying every day for what's going on in this country. And I'm going to keep praying because it works. And so if there's nothing that you can do either, pray. God's listening, and we just got to tell him we're here listening too. So much peace and love to you guys. I'm going to, I can't even switch the camera around. Oh, again, I'm sitting here like near a shopping complex, but it's just really pretty with all the light coming through. I'm on this canal. There's some people's houses over there, but some random pipes. But water's high here, guys, and it's looking like we might get more storms and stuff, and it's gonna be okay. Gotta keep praying and trust the process. All right, I'm done rambling. So much peace and love to you guys. God bless you. Adios.